I just realized my mic was off the entire time. Professional streamer can't fucking can't turn on. Yeah, because I turned it off when I was recording the footage for the Halo video. Oh yeah. I want to talk about again. I'm not a news channel YouTuber. I'm not like a drama, but I want y'all to know that Highguard is so shit that I decided to break a rule, okay? Because it was so bad that I needed to tell the public about it. Because I felt like nobody actually played the game and just lied. They just lied and said it was so good. You want to know how much that means something to me? So the game that is so good, right? The game that they got so much better, right? When 5v5 was added, the game that is so good, right? That like, you know, is totally gonna have a comeback. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, right? It is going to have a comeback, right? On the scale of Battlefront and Cyberpunk. That like it's just so. Want me to read you, right? Oh, I just hit my hand. Professional streamer here. Want me to read you some comments, right, on like the Highguard thing, right? So let me. I want to read you some comments, right? Now let me read you this post that's like a fucking love letter to Highguard right now. Highguard development team, thank you for all the efforts into bringing Highguard to life, and thank you to all the passionate developers behind the game. You are amazing. Pixel heart emoji. You are doing an amazing job to user feedback and are able to work on the game to bring quality of life fixes such as toggle options for settings. Well, you're telling me they didn't have... I didn't even know this, right? They didn't have toggle settings on Arrival? That's not bringing quality of life features. That's just not fucking giving a shit. I mean, no, this passionate team of developers were just working so hard on a game that they couldn't bring quality of life features on fucking launch, right? That they couldn't put a fucking what was even the toggle option? I swear to God, if it was like, if you want to make it sure that the characters are like more visible on screen or some shit. When I tried out the game, it really surprised me on how fresh and exciting the game was. The horse is extremely fun to ride on. The gunplay is simply top tier. Movement is also very good. By the way, this is the same game, right, where if like you're on a fucking bear riding through like the map, right? You see nobody. The movement is so ass. It's like playing Halo, but like like it's like Halo 4 has better movement than Highguard. You're trying to. This is made by apparently the same people that brought you Titanfall, but I can't fucking figure out how fast they want to make the character in a fucking desolate field. The movement is so high tier. The gunplay is so fucking generic. It feels like I'm playing Call of Duty. There's a reason why I am not a Call of Duty VTuber, right? Because Call of Duty, in the state that it is right fucking now, the guns are ass to play with. It at first seemed cool, but the animations are just now just visual noise. So no, this is not top tier. This is a Call of Duty slap. It's disappointing that people are leaving bad comments about this game not being Titanfall 3. Yes! Okay. Imagine this, right? I went from the people that brought you Star Wars, the people that brought you Battlefront, the people that brought you Jedi Fallen Order. We give you Hello Kitty Land. Yeah, obviously people are gonna be fucking mad that it's not Star Wars, right? It's like seriously. Like, you cockbaited us intentionally in the game. I think it was the Game Awards, yeah, or I don't know. Was it the Game? I don't fucking remember anymore because it was just so goddamn awful. So yeah, people are pissed it's not Titanfall 3. And they have a right to do so. People have been begging for Titanfall 3 for years. So when you cock tease us, that's like, this is from the same company that, the same people that brought you all those amazing games. Here's something that has nothing to do. Like, at least, right, when what is it, the Callisto Protocol came out, it was the same genre of like game. It tried to be Dead Space when there's been no Dead Space content in a while, right? And while the remake was being worked on and had devlogs, it wasn't like there was not really any trailer for it out yet. It wasn't even, I think, like a year after or like a few months after did it actually finally reveal. And I'm talking about when the Callisto Protocol finally launched, right? So, hell, Back for Blood did the same shit. Back for Blood and Callisto Protocol were spiritual successors. Now, did they fucking flop hard? Yeah. But they were still spiritual successors that fans of the original could see parallels and have some sort of enjoyment of the experience. There is nothing, if you are a Titanfall fan, there is nothing to be happy or excited about with Highguard, because it's not even on the same level as Titanfall. There is nothing, it is a siege mode game. There is nothing that a Titanfall fan like myself would be able to grasp at. A Titanfall fan can fucking love Apex Legends because it's not only set in the Titanfall universe, it has Titanfall movement and mechanics that make it enjoyable. So yes, people are pissed off when this company goes out and says, we made you these Titanfall games, you know, that were so good. Here's something that's not Titanfall. And for people that are like, oh, well, just because they made it doesn't mean they have to make something like Titanfall. I'll have to remind you, they publicly said they were the same developers as Titanfall, right? CD Projekt Red did not need to fucking be like, from the creators of The Witcher 3, here's Cyberpunk, because they were already an established company, right? They didn't need their fans to jerk themselves off to make a fucking video game. Now, did it flop on launch? Yeah, and it got better because there was something to grasp at. When you fix Highguard, there's nothing else there. There is no game modes. It's literally a game with one game mode. Alright? Half-Life Deathmatch has more game modes than this shit, alright? I'll just say that now. Highguard is just nothing. Fucking, the original Counter-Strike 1.6 has more, and I mean this, has more game modes than Highguard. And I mean that officially, not like the community, features and stuff. Specifically, this has only fucking has more game modes than Highguard, right? Overwatch on beta had more game modes. Fucking, I'm sorry. This is not funny. I swear. Doom, the original Doom, had more game modes. Fucking Doom had more game modes than fucking Highguard. And you're trying to tell me, oh, this is so good. You can't. This is like trying to smear frosting on dog shit and calling it cake, okay? Just give the game a try for around 5 hours. Oh yeah, it gets so much better at 5 hours. I could barely get through a few minutes, okay? Let's check my, let's actually check, my playtime. 34 minutes. I could barely get through 34 minutes before saying, oh yeah, I can't fucking play this anymore. I was actively scrolling through YouTube Shorts when playing this game. I was actively watching other shit while playing this game, which not only made me terrible at the game, and I was also sick, so that was a contributor, but, you know, again, at the end of the day, I just suck at video games, you know. A lot of people made fun of my Halo Infinite gameplay, okay? This game was well worthy of a Game Awards ending showcase. Well, I was disappointed, not exactly a Titanfall-like game. I was so impressed with the game. It was not deserving. You want to know how much out of left field this was? You are promoting a... You're promoting an upcoming game through the... Really? Really? You're trying to tell me that this is worthy? They literally just spat in your face, right? Use the fact that they make Titanfall to promote a shitty game. You want to know something? You want to know something? At least when companies bank on your nostalgia for shit, like with like Popcat with Plants vs Zombies. Oh shit! Sorry if you heard that. Right. At least there is. They're making. Oh my god. I can't even muster up the words to just say how much of a fucking bootlicker this person is. You don't. And then after he says, please optimize your game. I thought the game was great. Great patch, great update, keep them coming. Support Linux, please. You all gotta remove secure boot dog. I don't even fucking know what that is. Just remove this stupid secure boot so I could try the game, mate. Toggle ADS is much appreciated. I pity the fall. Thanks for this FOV Slayer. What? I could play Apex Legends, blah 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 blah. 9K players left. By the way, this was made on January 29th. There's barely 2,000 people playing this, by the way. This is having the same numbers, right? The same numbers as, like, Multiversa had for a little bit. Like, for like a while before, like, barely being able to get to 2,000 and then 1,000. These are not good numbers. And then someone's gonna be like, actually, what about the console? What about the console? It's so much better on console. It doesn't matter. It's still a free game, and you're trying to tell me that the people on Steam aren't playing a free game? Like, I hate this conversation. Actually, it's way more popular on console. Sure, it might be way more popular on console, but it's still a pile of shit. Halo Infinite is more popular on console. It's still a pile of shit. You can't fix shit. Like, it is a free game with custom games. And there's actively more custom game lobbies on Halo 5, the paid game that hasn't been supported in years. That it has actually been probably a decade at this point since that game has been... Not a decade, but you get what I mean. It is... Actually, no. To 2020 and then to 25. Yeah, it has been... So yeah, I'm right. It's actually been a decade since it's been, you know, properly supported. Or close to a decade, right? And there's still people playing that. You want to know how I know that? Because I have been on it a few times throughout the years. There are still people rather playing on that custom games, right? Than the people playing on Halo Infinite. And the thing is, right, custom game numbers don't lie. They tell you when a game is still kicking. Right? You can still get so many custom games in Halo the Master Chief Collection, right? Both play games. One is more popular than the other, which being Master Chief Collection, right? And you're trying to tell me, right? People would rather play Halo 5 custom games, right? And, you know, Halo 5 is still fun either way. It's actually more fun than fucking Halo Infinite ever was. You're trying to tell me that is more popular, right? Than Halo Infinite, right? Because the numbers don't fucking lie. I do, and I hate this cope that it's like, actually, it's more popular on console. It's more popular on console. I don't fucking care if it's more popular on console. It's still a shit game. It's still a dead game at the end of the day. I'm gonna say this right now. Console players don't fucking know what they want. Console players will fucking play anything that is free. Okay. You want to know how I know? Because I'm a former console player, and I still play console on PS5. Here to there. When you give us a free game, we fucking eat that shit up. We're like fucking we're like peasants that are grateful to get even a little crumb of stale bread. Okay, you give console players a fucking Cocomelon, they're like, yeah, it's so fucking good. So shut the fuck up, or it's like, it's more popular on console. So yeah, yeah, I'd say that like there are ports that are more popular on console, yeah, and yeah, there's sometimes more popular players on console, because yeah, more people own a console than they do PC. I'll say that. Doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it good. Like, seriously, you're like Steam has so many free games, right? And there are free games with quality, and there's free games with bad quality. I've seen players play like you're trying to tell me, right? People with PCs are going back to the games that they paid for instead of this free game. This free game that is supposedly so good that you spent I'm gonna say this right now. Right? I can make the excuse that it gets better after like a few hours. Alright? MMORPGs are like that. Arknight Enfield is like that. Alright? Gacha games as a whole are like that. Alright? If I were to tell you otherwise, yeah, I would be a fucking hypocrite. That like, oh, it's not better after a few hours. But tell me this. There is no progression in Highguard. Zero. None. Zilch. Everyone starts on an even playing field. Other than the operators having different alt abilities, right? What does 5 hours of gameplay mean compared to 34 minutes of gameplay? Because at the end of the day, it's the same gameplay. There is nothing different about those 5 hours. There's nothing you don't unlock weapons. You don't unlock shit in the game. Dude, it's like saying, oh yeah, Halo multiplayer gets so much better after 5 hours. No, the fuck it doesn't, because you're on the same playing field. It doesn't. The only thing that gets better is your gameplay. That's it. That is virtually it. There's no progression. Highguard is not a story gameplay, right? Where there is a huge story and unlocks. This is not fucking Arknights. It gets so much better after 5 hours. This isn't fucking Helldivers. This isn't fucking... We're like Helldivers, right? Everyone is on an even playing field at the start. But as you grow, right? You unlock more mission types and difficulties for those missions, and with those difficulties and missions, you unlock different enemy variants and types. And by playing the higher and more risky game modes, despite me being like leveled like 25, right, or something like that. I don't fucking remember my rank right now. I still play on like the highest difficulty because it offers more samples, offers secret samples, and what I could do with those samples, right, is not only unlock upgrades for my ship that makes it my own quality of life experience in the battlefield better. It also allows me to unlock stratagems that I can use in the battlefield and swap out so that I can use certain weapons and so I use certain weapons and stuff and stratagems on certain enemies. And you're trying to tell me right? This is on the same level as that? That this just gets better after 5 hours? No, the fuck it doesn't. There is, all the characters are unlocked from the start, so you can't argue that there is player progression like Apex Legends. Apex Legends and Titanfall have way better systems that actually make progression worth it, right? Valorant has way better progression. You are trying to tell me that this is on the same level? There's no progression in the game. This was a great patch. It quickly delivered and much needed. By the way, right, the roadmap is probably never fucking happening because of the layoffs, right? I'm just gonna say that out there. I'm not gonna sweeten this little deal. I'm not gonna be so blunt about this. The roadmap is fucking dead. There is no roadmap to believe. And here's the thing, right? Hightail, indie developers, right? That they have never released a game before in their fucking lives. All right, has more players and more consistent content releases than this. By the way, I want that to settle in, right? Hightail, made by people that's only development experience, like true development and player experience, has been Hypixel. And I'm not sugarcoating that, alright? They didn't work on games before this, okay? They didn't work on games before Hightail. They didn't... Yeah, I'm gonna scratch that, obviously there's a dev team. Oh, sorry for the voice crack. So obviously, they have game development experience. I'm not gonna say that. But the people actually running it are only going off of the games they played in the past. And are actively learning, coding and stuff, and how to make games better, and how to work on their game more and make it all cleaner. You're trying to tell me those people are doing better than the free game? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is not an indie studio, okay? I want to get that out of your head. This is not an indie studio. Alright? The game needs to change to 6v6 and remove mining and add PvE enemies, or else the game will die quickly. I'll say this, I don't get mining. I don't get mining. Dr. Disrespect did this game dirty? The fuck did he do? He just blatantly lied about being invited to the game to be able to play a game, and he's still a pedophile at the end. Let's talk about that with Dr. Disrespect, right? I saw that shit. Oh, I owned the people on Twitter. 'Cause what, you lied? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Dr. Disrespect owned me because he just fucking lied. Blatantly lied about being in a private gaming showing. And the company responded to say, no, the fuck, he wasn't invited. Like, what? What? Are you genuinely trying to tell me that's an own? Because I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, he just looks more like a fucking loser that has to lie to stay relevant. And by the way, he admitted to pedophilia and then went back on it and said, yeah, that was all part of my plan. Like he was fucking Nikocado Avocado. So you're trying to tell me, right? Dr. Diddy Respect, right, is owning this, alright? He didn't do this game dirty. He didn't do anything to this game at all. He didn't do anything. He has nothing on this game's growth and downfall. But yeah, people are... let's see what people say about the patch that came out yesterday. Alright, this came yesterday. I want to see what people are discussing. Love the attention to detail and the balancing. Host. Thank you for consistently making changes to this game. Please remove... Same guy, by the way, that was like, oh, I love your game. This game is not going to get updated soon. I will bet money on it. I was right about this game dying. I was right about this game going to be shit on launch. I wonder what else I'm going to be fucking right on. Nobody wants to play this shit. Nobody. only you want to play this. I want that. The only people left are the people that are the same people that are just will let any company smash their balls. Alright? The devs are being fired. Most of the devs that promised you all these updates are fucking gone! The only people left are the people keeping the lights on. The same shit with the TF2 community. Oh, they're working on great updates. You want to know who is working on the updates of TF2? Right? It's like a huge conspiracy, right? But a conspiracy that's been proven true time and time again. It's ran by the same people, right, that like use messaging to say shitty things to people, and then right when you call them out, they're like, "Oh, you don't support our cause for trans rights," despite the fact that they're only using trans people as an excuse to rage bait people the entirety. That if you talk shit about them, which I'm doing right now, so yeah, they said death threats to try to dox you, right? The people that have blackmail on multiple developers, like getting them cutting from popular mods that you're playing right now. Same people, by the way. And the only actual person working on TF2, right, is one person. There is one person working on TF2. You want to know how I know that? Because there was one contractor. There was one person actually, keep the lights on. And all the community content that you were consuming are made by thieves and people that are being blackmailed into shutting up. People that are conforming to genuinely very terrible people that have done very terrible things. Alright? And when you call them out, they start having a hissy fit, and they'd be like, actually, they never did it because, like, they said so. This is the same situation. Not in the sense that, like, they have, like, a whole, like, economy ran by pedophiles, which, I'm not a drama VTuber, and I'm gonna probably butcher this, but, a lot of the people that own a lot of the .tf websites groomed minors. So, yeah, that is all I can say. And I'm not a drama TV. I just using this thing as an example, and I want to make sure there's context, right? But at least with TF2, it's fun. I could play it and then have fun, despite a lot of people keeping the lights on being active pieces of shits. Alright? And that is bad, right? That is so bad, right? When a game that has an economy ran by pedophiles, an imperium, right, that is ran by people that literally steal art. And when you call them out on it, they will dox you and have their little minions, right, send death threats to the point, right, you are fucking become homeless. Right? Right? Has more integrity. Is more fun. Like, I still play TF2. Like, as long as, like, you're not a workshopper, this doesn't fucking really affect you. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't really affect you if you're not a workshopper. Well, it does in a way that, like, you get shitty maps. Like TF2 is actually fucking broken, right? It is a broken game, right? Because there's so many maps. Actually, from what I heard from watching forget his name. No, again with a Z, and he made like a really bad opinion tweet that I agree. It had like a shady fucking take like a few years ago, was like saying that it's like breaking the game, which I wouldn't say this right now. There's a reason why I don't get into politics and shit, because like either side is so fucking awful. I'm not like saying I'm a centrist, guys. I'm totally a centrist. I'm just saying that like make it any kind of political content unless like you are actively covering news sources and there's like only like 2 people I follow with politics. That's it. I'm not even gonna say who because I don't want to get a bunch of shit about it, right? Because like they can admit when they're wrong, but like you get all these like fucking political people out here being like, actually, if you don't talk about this one situation and talk about every little fucking thing, actually, you're a piece of shit. You support murderers. Like, it's all like politics is just fucking weird. But this is not here nor there. I don't know how we got here, right? But again, TF2 is an actively broken game that is currently cracking at the seams, right? Like at one point, like at any of these days, it is a dam waiting to be bursted open, and you are trying to tell me people are still playing that than Highguard. Actually, it still is like commonly reaches like 11,000 players averagely. You are actively telling me that is any better? That is a better game than what's supposed to be a modern game for modern audiences, for that is supposed to be way like as fun as fucking Titanfall? Like seriously, this is just such a cop out, such a cop out. And I hate these people like being like, this is gonna get better. This game is alive. This game's alive. No, it's not. This is a really good update. No, the fuck it isn't. It's a patch. High performance mouse input polling. The fuck is this? Added assist and damage to the end of... What? This wasn't in the game before. This is not a quality of life. This is just trying to fucking patch up your game that lacked basic features. Oh, it's just such a good game because they finally added features that should have been on launch. Like, seriously. This is a complete game, by the way. This is a complete game. This is not a beta. This is not early access. This is not an alpha. This is a complete game. This is complete, ladies and gentlemen. This is complete. Halo Infinite on launch had more content than this fucking game. And I'm saying this with my chest. Had more content, right? TF2, which... Okay, no. Battlefront that didn't finish updating is more feature complete than this shit. On launch, Battlefront had way more content than this shit. And you're trying to tell me this is a complete game now? If this is a complete game, I am genuinely scared for the future of gaming. What is stopping developers from, like, making a hero shooter with, like, 2 characters and calling it a day? Like, this is acceptable now? I said, like, back in my, the first stream I talked about this, that this was okay it was okay to have, like, 8 heroes, right? For Apex Legends launch, because it was new to, like, the hero shooter was new. And people didn't really have, like, a definitive number. Right? And I still mean that in such a genuine way. Apex Legends only had that, and Valorant, because they, like, the hero shooter genre didn't have, right, a definitive number. And then when Splitgate did it, it was understandable because it was a hero shooter arcade. It was an arcade hero shooter. There was no there was no, like, specific class weapons. Well, there was, but it was practically, it was fine in the sense that, like, it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like the game's gameplay was honestly pretty good to the point, right, when they did their revision, right, and they cut out all the hero shooter gameplay, it still felt like Splitgate. It really did. It just made the game better, because that's what the game was. It wasn't. It was being a hero shooter at the end of the day, not at the start, but the end of the day. They put a lot of features first, and as much as, like, their CEO is fucking cringe, and there wasn't a lot of content on launch, it was still fun. I will say that. Call me, maybe I'm the one now sucking people's dicks, but it was still fun. Highguard isn't, alright? I don't like being like this. I don't like doing shit like this. But I'm making these streams because I'm done with hero shooters. Because this is it. This is it. Pixel Gun 3D2 is supposed to be a hero shooter. Why? 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 Why does it need to be a hero shooter? Hell, I am still committed to playing Pixel Gun 3D. Despite that their new pack in the Epic Games Store is so overpowered, right? And I can't add it to my own account, right? Like, if you're a Steam player, you just get a middle finger. You can only link your accounts from mobile. You can't do anything else about that. I'm gonna end the stream soon, but I just need to put this out there. I don't hate the developers, alright? I want, like, a lot of people who hear me shitting on the game and being like, okay, she is going out of her way to put down these developers, and I'm not. Oh, well, I am, but I'm not. And at the same time, I'm making fun of these people because I expect better. These are the same people that apparently made Titanfall and Apex Legends. They know how to run a hero shooter. And this is what they put out. A bare bones game that barely feels like it was that barely feels like it was in early access. Alright? I am pissed off because of that. I am pissed off that this is just corporate greed at this point. There is nothing to play. I want better. I want, like, I will shit on Back 4 Blood and Halo Infinite for nostalgia baiting, for their gross practices all I want. But at the end of the day, they had passion. There is still fun gameplay, I will say. Like, I'll admit it, as much as, like, I'll say on the contrary, it can still be fun at the end of the day. Still be fun. And, hell, TF2, despite it having really greedy and gross microtransactions that there's barely anyone working on the game, and the people that are genuinely really awful people that practically use, like, minorities, like a minority group of people, as a excuse to go and harass and dox people. And while the message I agree with, I don't agree with how they're doing it in practice. Alright? And I feel like, and it's hurtful. It is genuinely really hurtful for that. It is worse than the people that have told me to kill myself for who I am, right? At least with that, there is still a fun game to enjoy. There is still a community of players that are genuinely some of the best people I've been around, right? Like, I am tired of this. The microtransactions in games. So much so, I deleted CS2. Which shouldn't mean a lot. I just deleted my only way of making money for, like, stuff like TF2 classes and games, right? Because I am just so tired of the greedy and predatory gameplay of it. I'm just done. I'm so done. I'm so done with games giving me so less content. And when they finally do, they just bring it in to remove it. It is just, no, I am so done with hero shooters. I'm not even going to touch Deadlock. I'm done. I don't care how fun it can be. Unless, right, I'll say this, unless like I could find a reason to play a hero shooter, if I actually see it being genuinely fun, I am not touching it. If I hear a hero shooter, I am not going near it. Unless I can actually hear from people that actually play, that actually might have fucking integrity, that it is good. I am not trying this shit out. And even then, I won't try it out. It will take, I will say this, if a hero shooter comes out and it manages to survive like a few years, I will play it. Because of shit like this. Like, I am so done with hero shooters. I am so checked out. I'm exhausted with hero shooters. X Defiant did it. I at first kind of liked it, but then really I just got tired out and stopped playing X Defiant. And when I heard Halo Infinite it was going to be a hero shooter, I was like, after it launched, I was honestly appalled, and now I'm scared for the future of Halo, of what they will do with this new multiplayer project. Don't expect me to make drama content at all, and like this. I wanted to just document how people are just letting companies walk all over them at this point. Same with like the Valve heads. All right, I'm gonna say this right now. Valve, as much as like the Steam is good, don't get me wrong. Steam is a perfect platform right now. But right now, with their games, they are shit. They're in such a bad place right now. They're not made by the same people that helped define the industry, right? Half-Life Alyx was an exception to this rule because it was actually made with heart, alright? And it wasn't made, and was also made to, for their VR that came out, right? When like VR was becoming like a huge, and here's the thing, man. I don't hate industry trends. I still think VR is such a good thing that I feel like a lot of companies should invest more money into. Not AI, not into this hero shooter shit. VR is, if they want to make the next generation of games, they need to focus on VR then. Focus on VR. We have only touched the surface of what VR games could be. And I feel like that if they want to we were getting VR games and then they just fucking stopped. It was like an industry trend. And I feel like there should be more VR. There should definitely be more VR games. Steelwool, whenever they make a VR game, no matter like how like kind of corny it can be, it is still a good FNAF game. I'll be honest. Help Wanted 2, still a banner. I might not like, Security Breach or FNAF AR, but FNAF, whenever FNAF got into VR, it was like it was made for it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta go do some stuff, but y'all have a great one. And I genuinely hope all of you have a great day. And we're gonna get